It's a direct line to Donald Trump's personal mobile phone. You literally dial the number and then Trump picks up. My name is Danny Kemp. I've worked for AFP for 22 years and I've been a White House correspondent for nearly 3 years now. It was about sort of 10 in the evening when we were deciding to call him, and it was just after the big breaking news of the Iran ceasefire deal. Calling Donald Trump it's all about timing, really. You want to try and get him ideally in the evenings or sometimes at the weekend if he's been playing golf when he's a bit more relaxed. But it's also about trying to time it for the news. You want to get him at a time when there's breaking news, particularly for AFP since we're a wire service. Just after the second ring, he picked up and goes, "Hello," in that unmistakable Donald Trump voice. My first question was really the burning question that I wanted to know was he going to declare this a victory, despite the fact that there were a lot of unanswered questions about this ceasefire deal with Iran. And straight away, Trump said that yes, a total and complete victory, 100%. No question about it. I then asked him about the fact that there were still these questions about it, and what would he say about that? He said that there was this list of 15 points that they'd agreed most of them with the Iranians, and seemed very bullish and upbeat about it. I was then really just trying to make sure that he stayed on the phone, because quite often you don't get long talking to him. I then asked him about something that we'd sort of heard rumours about, that China had been involved in the negotiations, and which is quite important because Trump is heading to Beijing at the beginning of May. And Trump said that yes, he believed China had helped get Iran to the table. After about a minute and a half, Trump goes, "Okay, thank you very much," hangs up, and that was the end of the call.
So long, thanks.
It's a direct line to Donald Trump's personal mobile phone. There is no operator, no switchboard. You literally dial the number and then Trump picks up. I wouldn't want to say how I got Donald Trump's number, but it's fair to say that it circulates around DC, and everyone does whatever they can, a bit of horse trading to get it. But then it depends on what you do with it. And to be honest, you got to be lucky. I've had a previous call with him that didn't really get very much. This time I was a bit luckier. Colleagues I know have had him on the phone for 8 minutes. It really just depends. Certainly I didn't have Joe Biden's number. I know of, I think, one reporter who got through to him on the phone once and had a very brief chat and said that Biden seemed a bit surprised. But no, I mean, the level of access is totally different. I think people tend to try not to kill the golden goose, so to speak. Often people will wait a couple of weeks between calls. You really want to try and leave it for big breaking news, for a kind of special occasion. You want to leave it for a time that you really think it's going to have impact, and that the AFP clients around the world are going to think is valuable and want to use, and preferably at a time when other people don't have it. The White House press corps are very friendly, but it's also a very competitive business, and everyone is trying to basically get some kind of exclusive or scoop, or even a couple of lines that other outlets don't have. And at the moment, with Iran and the fog of war, quite often we don't really know what's going on, and we're trying to get more details and more clarity particularly from Donald Trump, who sometimes says contradictory things. The experience of talking to Donald Trump on the phone it's very surreal. It's almost like you're more nervous before that, when you're kind of gearing yourself up to make the call. Once you hear him, really you're just so pleased that he's actually answered. It's more kind of excitement than nerves after that point. But it does feel very bizarre. For example, I was at home making the call from the study at home. Just before I had to go and tell my kids to be quiet. I had to hope the dog didn't start barking. And you've got all that going on while you've got the President of the United States on the other end of the line. So yeah, it's a pretty surreal experience. But certainly it's something that definitely every reporter in Washington wants at the moment.